Welcome to Fun and Games Side Quests. Every episode is a different host sharing a video game they love and why they love it.
Hey everyone, my name is Michael Fell. I am the creative director of Dungeons & Dragons, the 20-Sided Tavern. And I'm here today to talk to you about one of my favorite video games from childhood, a freeware, essentially advertisement that's called Chex Quest. Chex Quest is a game, the video game that was distributed in boxes of the cereal Chex. I believe the year was 1996, and I would have been 5 at the time. So I know I'm kind of narrow casting with this one, that if you were a young kid in the year 1996 and you ate cereal and loved video games, this one's for you. Otherwise, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I encourage you to go check it out. Chex Quest is available on Steam and it's free. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later, the new version. But yeah, Chex Quest was, as a 5-year-old, or maybe even 6, I remember getting a box of cereal, Chex, and losing my mind when I saw that there was a free video game packed in. The CD was like right in the front of the box. They like cut a window in so you could see it. And I ripped that thing out of the cereal box and installed it on my computer as fast as I could. And what awaited me was this kind of pretty great first-person shooter. It's a really strange game because it's not actually a shooter, quote unquote. They went to incredible lengths to make sure they didn't, like, the character that you play, the Chex, the human, like, actual Chex cereal person, was not shooting guns because it was for kids. So instead of guns, it was like little remote zappers that like zapped the bad guys back to their own dimension. The bad guys in this game were called Flemoids, and in the intro cinematic, there was a very strange meeting of the scientific minds of the universe, and they like put a dropper of nutrients into this test tube, and it made these big green slime monsters appear. And I remember even as a little kid being kind of grossed out and like actually a little bit freaked out by it. I would watch my dad at this time like play Doom and Doom 2. So I was familiar with the first person shooter, and surprisingly he let me watch him play what at the time was an extremely violent video game. It's scary. But this game is essentially a Doom clone. Like I think it probably maybe even ran off the same like software. But yeah, so you ran around trying to zap these little Flemoid green things back to their own dimension to prevent them from eating all of the snacks on these like this planet's like space station or whatever. Yeah, instead of for melee, if you ran out of ammo or like whatever juice, you had to resort to melee, which of course wasn't a knife, it was a spoon. And you like stabbed the Flemoids with a spoon and like scooped them up, and somehow that also made them go back to their own dimension, even though it was literally just a spoon. Yeah. Oh, and I remember the whole thing happened on Planet Bazoink. So it was about as kid-oriented as a first-person shooter in the mid-90s could have been. Yeah, so it's very strange because it was essentially, a way to sell cereal, but a very effective one. Though you only had to buy it once. But the music slapped. The levels were really fun, and I remember like just spending hours playing it. So in advance of this episode, I went to download the version of Chex Quest that exists on Steam, which I encourage you to do if you want to check it out. Now it's called Chex Quest HD. So it's not the exact game it's got a whole new, they gave it like an HD upgrade. So the graphics look kind of better. And now it's all about Chex. It's all about snacks. So like Chex Mix it kind of got reskinned. So you can play as any number of the like ingredients in Chex Mix, which didn't exist in 1996. You could make it at home, but I don't think they sold it. And the game certainly wasn't about that. But now it's all about the snacks, and instead of the cereal. But yeah, it like looks a little bit nicer. Does it run better? Absolutely not. It is, despite being this old game, it's pretty chunky, and like, there's some frame drops, and it's odd to play now, but if you played it before, it's an incredible nostalgia blast. And if you didn't, it's just a fun, like, interesting artifact of this time. I can't imagine like a cereal or anything obviously giving out any sort of physical media, obviously, but making an entire bespoke game just to like advertise their product, which I guess, you know, that's what Fortnite's for now. But yeah, this is just a fun little oddity from back in the day. Definitely check it out. I played for about half an hour right before this just to go relive my time on Bazoink, and I recommend you do it too. So, yeah, thanks for listening, and happy gaming.
Hey, you there. This is Nomad speaking. If you love retro video games and you're itching for some nostalgia, check out the Retro Wildlands podcast. In each episode, I'll use game music and sound to pull you into the gaming experience while I share my own thoughts and maybe a few memories. It's a great way to relive one of your favorite games or learn about a new one. Check out the Retro Wildlands podcast at superpodnetwork.com or wherever you listen to your podcast.
CPOV. CertainPOV.com.